Good to go. All right, right hand, fist, power. Left hand, fingers together, representing friendship, tucking in the thumb, representing humility. And fist into the palm, and welcome. Good to see everyone. Haven't seen you in a while. Haven't seen you in a while either. All right, so deep breathing. Kim, you might want to move him just a little bit over. Yeah. Trying to keep everybody in my sight lines. That's a lot of fun. Going to do deep breathing from the belly. All right, Wuji position. Feet shoulder, hip distance apart. Nice gentle bend in the knees, tucking in the tailbone. Head's lifted by the silk thread. So good straight body posture in this direction. Good straight body posture in this direction. Going to breathe from the belly. See, those warm-up exercises are working already. Inhale the hands up. And exhale, relax the hands down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, nice and slow. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Pushing the hands in front of us next. Inhale to the heart. And exhale. Inhale to the heart. Exhale, relax the hands down. Big, deep belly breath in. Long, slow breath out. Nice and slow. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. Keep looking straight ahead. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Arms over the head next. Inhale to the heart. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale the hands down. Big, deep belly breath in. Long, slow breath out. Inhale to the heart. Go nice and slow. Exhale, relax the hands down. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Arms to the side. Inhale to the heart. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale the hands down. You guys could almost hold hands all the way across the room. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale the hands down. Giving a big hug. Inhale the arms up. Keep inhaling as you open the arms up. Exhale, pushing the hands together. Keep exhaling as you float the hands down. Keep looking straight ahead. Make sure you're not looking at the ground. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Very nice. Arms in the diagonals. Inhale to the heart. Left up, right down. Exhale. Inhale to the heart. Right hand up, left hand down. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Nice and slow. And exhale. Slower is better. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then inhale to the heart. Exhale, relax the hands down. Flap the arms like bird wings. Big, deep belly breath in. And then long, slow breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And lastly, my favorite, gathering chi. Big, deep belly breath in. And then long, slow breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And there you go. That's our deep breathing exercises. Awesome. Good job. And I tell the story about you all the time. Some people have probably heard this. So many moons ago, she came to a Parkinson's class, and it was her first time. And we were in a room, and I was long ways in the room instead of on the wide wall. I was on the short wall. She walked in the room and sat like right in front. She did that for like 2 times, and the second time, it was like the third or fourth time she came, and she was all the way in the back, and she stayed back in the back for like 3 or 4 lessons, and then she moved back up front. And everybody is like, when they do Tai Chi, it's kind of like a church. You always sit in the same spot. So I said, okay, what's going on? Number one, hi. Why are you bouncing back and forth? And she says, well, I started in the front because I could see you well, but then I didn't want you to see me, so I went way in the back. And then I realized you could see me wherever I was, so I might as well come back up front again. So I tell people that story all the time. It's good to see you again. You doing all right? All right. Life's moving on, right? Okay. Warm-up exercises next. So from that Wuji position, nice gentle bend in the knees, we're going to start out with the chin tuck. We float the hands up in front of us, shoulder height. Hands to the chest, tucking in the chin, looking straight ahead. Keep the chin level. Hands come out, chin gently floats up. And then we sink the chin down to the chest. Again, we float the hands up in front of us. Hands to the chest, tucking in the chin, looking straight ahead. Hands come out, chin gently floats up. And then sink the chin down to the chest. One more time, floating the hands up in front of us. Hands to the chest, tucking in the chin, looking straight ahead. Hands come out, chin gently floats up. And then we sink the chin to the chest. Make sure that you're not leaning forward. Excellent. Next neck exercise. That's not easy to say. Prayer hand position. Tai Chi ball, right hand is on top. Right hand's on top. Watching the left hand going over the left shoulder. I'm looking left, pushing down on the right. And then we come back to center. Tai Chi ball, left hand is on top, watching the right hand going over the right shoulder, looking right, pushing down on the left. And we come back to center. Prayer hands, Tai Chi ball, right hand's on top, left hand, left shoulder, looking left, pushing down on the right. And come back to center. Tai Chi ball, left hand is on top, watching the right hand going over the right shoulder. Make sure you're turning that neck, feeling that stretch. And coming back to center. One more time because we're having so much fun. Thank you. Right hand's on top, left hand, left shoulder, looking left, pushing down on the right. And we come back to center. Now the left hand is on top, watching the right hand, going over the right shoulder, turning the neck, feeling the stretch, looking right, pushing down on the left. And we come back to center, come back to prayer hands, relax the hands down. Forward shoulder circles next. Try and keep the waist still, all right? Bringing the shoulders back and then up, then forward without leaning forward and down. Shoulders back and up, then forward and down. Back, up, forward, and down. Now reverse. Shoulders forward and up, then back and down. Forward, up, back, and down. One more time. Forward, up, back, and down. All right. Gathering chi, reaching for infinity. Imagine someone is very gently pulling on your wrist. So I'm gently reaching out, reaching up, expanding, opening the body, and relax the hands down. Again, gently reaching out, reaching up. This sometimes can help with that rigidity of you feel with Parkinson's disease. And relax the hands down. One more time, gently reaching out, reaching up. Just make sure you don't smile. And relax the hands down. Never. Thank you. Touching heaven and earth. Lifting that head by that silk thread, opening, expanding the spine. Start out in the prayer hand position. Left hand up, right hand down, floating the head towards the ceiling. And come back to center. Keep looking straight ahead. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. And come back to center. Keep looking straight ahead. Left up, right down, floating the head towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Come back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. And back to center. Left hand up, right hand down, gently stretching the spine. And back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. And we come back to center, back to prayer hands. Relax the hands down. Carrying the ball side to side, keeping the hips square to the front, turning our navel from the left side to the right side. Prayer hand position. Tai Chi ball, left hand is on top. Left hand is on top. Gently turn to the left. Turning the ball over, now the right hand is on top. Right hand is on top. Gently turn towards the right. Stay on the right side, turn the ball over. Now your left hand is on top. Gently turn to the left. Pardon me. Stay on the left side as you turn the ball over. Now the right hand is on top and gently turn to the right. Tell you what, let's turn the ball over, come back to center, relax the hands down for just 1 second. So two things you want to have happen here. Number one, whichever direction you're turning, so as I'm turning to my left, your left hand should be on top. If I'm turning to the right, right hand should be on top, all right? Second thing is try and carry your elbow up so it's just below the level of the shoulder. So I'm not holding my elbow here and doing this with the ball, but I'm doing this. So I'm using more muscles in my arm. This also exercises the back well, all right? Keep the elbow just below the shoulder. So when you look at it from the side, my elbow is just below my shoulder. That would be about even. So I'm carrying it just below there, all right? So thank you. Prayer hand position. Tai Chi ball, left hand is on top. Left hand is on top. And I'm gently going to turn to the left. Turn the ball over, right hand's on top, and then gently turn to the right. Stay on the right side, turning the ball over, left hand's on top, gently turn to the left. I shouldn't see any pain on your face when you do this. Turning the ball over, right hand's on top, gently turn to the right. Only when I tell a dad joke should I see pain. And then we turn the ball. Come on, that was funny. Coming back to center, back to prayer hands. Relax the hands down. All right, shake those legs loose. We're going to do one more exercise from our feet, and then we'll take a seat after that. All right? It's hard to stand this way, isn't it? So this is a really good way to learn to stand. You're really exercising your legs when you do this. All right, and it takes it takes a while to build that habit up. So when you're out there, maybe you're at the grocery store, maybe you're standing around the house waiting for coffee to warm up. Make sure you have that nice gentle bend in the knees. So often we lock our knees out. That brings all the weight to our skeletal system. Then we start having problems with our back or our hips or something like that. You can come out this way. So exercise those legs, bend those knees. All right. Okay, so leg strengthening exercise. I want everyone to use their chair, keep your knee bent, keep the body straight. All right? Remember all three things. So weight shifts to the left, bend in the left knee, using the chair if you need to, right foot, cat stance. Keep the body nice and straight. Tapping, right toe to the front, empty. All your weight stays left. And return to the cat stance. Tap, right toe out to the side, keep all the weight left. And cat stance. And then tap the left toe behind us, keeping plenty of space between your feet. Plenty of space between your feet. Make sure you're stepping wide. It's really important for your safety that you step wide. And come back to the cat stance. And back to Wu Ji. It's very important when you're stepping back, you don't step onto a balance beam, right? You want to make sure you're stepping wide when you do this, okay? So, same thing, other side. Weight shifts to the left, bend in the left knee, right, sorry. Got to get my mirror cleaned off. Weight shifts to the right, bend in the right knee, left foot, cat. Tap the left toe to the front, empty. I think doing Tai Chi is hard. Try doing it backwards. And cat stance. Once again, use your chair. Stay safe. Tap the left toe to the side, empty, keeping all the weight right. Use your chair. Stay safe. And cat stance. And then tap the left foot behind us, empty, keeping all your weight on the right. Using that chair if you need to. Good wide stance. Good job. And cat stance. And then back to Wu Ji. Isn't that fun? All right. Shake your legs loose. You want to do that one again? Yeah, I didn't think so. All right. Have a seat. Well, to go with my new shirt about dad jokes being an eye roll, that was good. I like that. Did you hear about Albert Einstein's brother, Frank? Had his head screwed on, right? Frankenstein, yeah. I bought a head of lettuce from a small grocery store called the Mamas and Papas. I couldn't eat it because all the leaves were brown. Come on, you guys know that one. A worldwide study had discovered that active dogs bark an average of 457 times a day, but that's just a rough estimate. There you go. I'm going to borrow your chair. Pardon me? All right. So, sitting up nice and straight and tall. Sit up on the edge of your chair. Feet flat on the floor, 90-degree bend between the upper and lower leg. Kind of rock forward on the pelvis. Heads lifted by the silk thread. This is how we sit Tai Chi style. Think of this as like the Wuji stance, but from the chair. Again, practice sitting this way. This really helps build the core up, okay? We're going to do a hip exercise. Keep your knee directly above your ankle. So I'm not doing this or this or this, but I'm doing this, okay? So let's turn to the right-hand side of the chair. Start from the prayer hand position. Focus on the legs first, all right? Legs first, then worry about the arms. Gently pushing against that imaginary right wall, opening up the left leg, keeping the knee above the ankle. And come back to center. 2 more times, pushing against the right wall, opening up the left leg, feeling that nice stretch. And come back to center. Make sure you're keeping the knee directly above the ankle. Push on that right wall, opening up the left leg simultaneously. And then we come back to center, back to prayer hands. Relax the hands down and turn to the left-hand side of the chair. Same thing, other side. From the prayer hand position, pushing against that imaginary left wall, opening up the right leg. And come back to center. Pushing against the left wall, opening up the right leg. And come back to center. You just saw a brain freeze right there. Pushing against the left wall, opening up the right leg. Keep the knee above the ankle. That'll focus that stretch. And then we come back to center. Relax the hands down, turn back to center, and shake those legs loose. Good job. All right, next exercise. 2 motions. We're going to lift the leg up and push the leg down. Do not use your hands to lift your leg. Let your body do whatever it can do. But you want to keep your back straight, keep your body straight. I see one of 2 things. Sometimes people crunch when they do this, or they lean back as they lift their leg up. You want to keep the body nice and straight. Lift that leg as high as you're able to. Pull that knee to the chest, all right? Not using your hands. Second motion, pushing the foot down like you're trying to drive your foot into the floor. Again, keeping the body nice and straight. Yeah, apparently so. If they're looking for me, I'm not here, all right? So sitting up nice and straight and tall. We're going to start with the left leg, lifting the left leg up. Hands are behind us. Keep the back straight. Keep the body straight. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the left foot, hard as we can. Push, 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 and relax. Lifting the left leg up, hands are behind us. Keep the back straight, keep the body straight, and relax. And then pushing down on the left foot, keeping the back nice and straight, and relax. Pause for just a second. So when you're lifting the leg up, think that your head is being lifted towards the ceiling at the same time. Imagine there's a silk thread between your head and the ceiling, and someone's gently pulling up on that silk thread. That will help keep your back straight, okay? So lifting the left leg up, hands are behind us. Keep the back and the body straight, and relax. And then hands in front of us, pushing down on the left foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. Same thing, other side, lifting up the right leg. Hands are behind us. Keep the back and the body straight, and relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the right foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. Keep looking straight ahead. Keep that back straight. Lifting up the right leg high as you're able to while keeping the body straight, and relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the right foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. One more time, lifting the right leg up. Hands are behind us. Big smile on your face because you're feeling so awesome. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the right foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. Beautiful. Shake those legs loose. Doesn't that feel awesome? All right. All right. Heel kick next. 4 motions with the leg. Lift the leg up, kick the leg out. I push out on the heel, up on the toe. I lift the leg up and then float the foot to the ground. I'm keeping my back straight, keeping my body straight, punching out the opposite hand if you're able. The real powerful part of this exercise is lifting that leg before and after you kick. So make sure you're not just sitting there doing this. And that's not going to be quite as effective. Doing this, and then back to this. Let the foot hover and float the foot to the ground. Okay? All right. You guys are excited. I can feel it. Picking up that left leg. Heel kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, let it hover there, and then float the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punching out the left fist. Picking up the right leg and floating the foot to the ground. Make sure you're sitting up nice and straight. Picking up that left leg, heel kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg, let it hover for a moment, floating the foot to the ground. One more time, picking up the left leg, heel kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punching out left fist. And then picking up the right leg, make sure it's hovering there, and then float that foot to the ground. Awesome. Shake those legs loose. All right. Something just occurred to me. I mentioned it. I saw it happen yesterday in a class. So just wanted to remind everybody here because it's kind of a point of safety. So if you see someone, if someone is like getting into the chair, sometimes people will stop and then lean for the chair and then walk up to the chair. Do not do that. It's a really, really bad thing to do. And one of my ladies, she didn't fall, thank God. But one of my students yesterday did that. And so I reminded the class about it. So if you have to hold on to the chair, walk up to the chair, then hold on to the chair, and then you're holding on to the chair while you get in the chair. But when you stop out here and then lean towards the chair, you're throwing your posture way out of balance. You're taking your center of gravity and throwing that way out of balance. And I've actually seen in the Parkinson's class that was over in the other location, a gentleman came in with his wife and they came in late. And like I said, the classroom was arranged a little different. He sat in the back and he got in the chair that way. And I was leading class, so I didn't say anything at the time, but I walked up to him afterwards and, you know, nice to meet you. By the way, saw you getting in a chair that way. Probably isn't a good idea. And by that time, his wife had walked in. And I'm sure everybody here will understand when I say she gave him the spousal look. As in, like, I told you so. Yeah, I see you guys. You weren't the only one shaking your head. Yes. 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 Okay. Yep. See. So I told him, please don't lean to the chair, and his wife was giving him this look, and she said, "That's exactly the reason we're here because he fell a couple of weeks ago and broke his face on the chair when he fell." So please, it's a matter of safety. So keep your body nice and straight and walk up to the chair. Do not lean on looking for the chair or the countertop in the kitchen. You can get yourself in trouble really, really fast. Okay. All right. Next exercise, toe kick. Same thing that we just did, except pushing out on the heel. Now you're going to push out on the toe. So I'm not doing a heel kick. I'm doing a toe kick, all right? Everything else is the same, including the brilliant smiles on your face. You're supposed to say yes, all right. You were. That's a great smile. Hands loosely gripped at the belt line, picking up the left leg, toe kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg and floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg and float the foot to the ground. Keeping that back straight, picking up the left leg, toe kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, float the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist. And then pick up the right leg, that foot's hovering, and then float the foot to the ground. Beautiful. One quick thing, after you do the kick, don't just bring the foot down. Make sure you come back to this position and then float the foot to the ground, all right? Picking up the left leg, toe kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, let that foot hover there, floating the foot to the ground, well done. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg, let it hover there, and then float the foot to the ground. Beautiful. Shake those legs loose. Really good leg exercise. Standing in the Wuji position, doing that heel kick, toe kick, either one. Really good exercise for your legs, all right? Helps keep your legs stronger, all right? All right. So let's stand again if you're able to, and let's do our ankles. Thank you, sir. All right. Working the ankles. Weight shifts to the right, keeping a bend in the right knee, keeping the body straight, using the chair if you need to. Left foot, touch heel and toe. Heel and toe. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, and toe. Then shift your weight to the left, keeping a bend in the left knee, using the chair if you need to. Right foot, heel and toe. Heel and toe. Heel, toe, heel, toe. One more time. Heel and toe. Back to center. That exercise, really important exercise for everybody in this room to be doing. It's a real simple exercise. But one of the movement disorder specialists told one of my Parkinson's friends, Parkinson's usually shows up first in the ankle and the wrist. And so that exercise is going to help you with your balance. You want your ankles to be flexible. You want your ankles to be strong. So work those ankles, all right? If I were you, I would be doing that exercise at least once a day, maybe multiple times a day. It's such an easy exercise. I would do it multiple times a day, all right? Second ankle exercise, weight shifts to the right, bending the right knee, left foot, touch little toe and big toe. Outside, inside, little toe and big toe, and then shift weight left, bend in the left knee, right foot, little toe, big toe, outside, inside, little toe, and big toe, and back to center. Beautiful. Any questions on those 12 exercises? Yeah, I threw another one in there. Leg strengthening was one more. That was 12 exercises. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have counted beyond your fingers and thumbs, right? All right, so let's do a standing exercise. I affectionately call it the hokey pokey. So you're putting all your weight on one leg and you keep that weight on that one leg. So in this case, all the weight is on my left leg. With my right foot, I'm touching my heel in front of me and my toe behind me. But I keep all the weight on my left. Use your chair if you need to, all right? As you're starting out, keep the heel and toe in close. As you get better, you can extend back further. You want to make sure you're stepping wide. You want to make sure you're keeping the body nice and straight. And I love it. So with my Parkinson's friends, when you're touching heel and toe, don't just swing the leg back and forth, but learn to lift the knee and touch the toe, lift the knee and touch the heel. All right? I want you used to lifting your knees when you walk. Okay? Got all that? 20 things simultaneously. Thank you. Weight shift to the right, bending the right knee, empty left heel, hands behind us or holding onto the chair. And then you lift the knee as you transition, empty left toe, hands in front of us. Nice wide step. Lifting the knee, empty on the heel. Keep the body straight. Lifting the knee, empty on the toe. Make sure that you're stepping wide. Lifting the knee, empty on the heel. And then lifting the knee, empty on the toe. Again, make sure you're stepping wide when you do that. And come back to center. So you want to make sure you've got plenty of space between your feet when you step back, all right? We want this to be a habit for you that when you step backwards, you step wide. Don't step on a balance beam, okay? You want that in your muscle memory because in the kitchen, in the bathroom, there's a lot of times we step backwards. And when you do this and put yourself on a balance beam, you start making yourself a fall risk, and we do not want to do that, okay? So, other side, weight shifts to the left. Keep all the weight on the left, empty right heel, hands behind us. Lifting the knee as we transition, empty right toe, hands in front of us. Lifting the knee, empty on the heel, use the chair, stay safe. And then lifting the knee, empty on the toe, hands in front of us. Make sure you're stepping wide when you do this. There you go. Lifting the knee, empty on the heel. And then lifting the knee, empty on the toe. Nice. And come back to center. Very nice. Very nice. Pardon me. If you listen to your body closely, you don't even have to look at your feet. Your body will tell you where your feet are by how it's reacting. So when we step narrow like this, you kind of fight your balance. When you step wide, the body feels nice and calm. And so learn to listen to the body. It'll tell you exactly what you're doing. All right. Bow stance next, stepping out empty. So where we were setting our heel empty, now we're setting the whole foot down empty, no weight on the front foot, and then shift your weight 70%, 30%, keeping plenty of space between the feet. When looking at this from the side, as I shift my weight, I use my hips to shift my weight. So I don't shift my weight by leaning forward, but I shift my weight by pushing the hips forward. Okay? That also helps keep head and shoulders over the hips, one nice straight line. Okay? All right, 25 things to remember. So we're going to start with just the feet. Use your chair, stay safe. Weight shift to the right, stepping out empty with the left foot. No weight on the left foot. Setting the left foot down, still no weight. Now shift 70% of the weight to that left foot. Drive the hips forward, keep the back heel down. Shifting the weight back, you haven't moved the feet yet, all the weight's back on the right, and then come back to center. Awesome. Weight shifts to the left, bend in the left knee, step out empty right foot. Setting the right foot down without any weight on it, toe facing forward, and then shifting 70% of the weight to the right. Bring that weight forward on that right leg. Shifting the weight back, not moving the feet yet, and then come back to center. Awesome. Let's do that again. Both sides. Weight shifts to the right, stepping out empty left foot. Shifting weight left. 70% of the weight is on the left. Bring that weight forward on that left leg. Shifting the weight back, not moving the feet yet. Coming back to center. Feet should be directly across from one another. Same thing, other side. Weight shifts left, stepping out empty right. No weight on that front foot. All your weight's on the back foot. plenty of space between the feet. Now shift 70% of the weight up on that right leg. Bring that weight forward. Push those hips forward. Weight shifts back. Don't move the feet yet. And then come back to center. Beautiful. When we're shifting weight forward, so as you step out empty with that foot, at this point, you want to shift your weight to that leg, all right? So you drive the hips forward and shift that weight forward, okay? Weight shifts to the right, stepping out empty left foot, shifting weight left, bring that weight forward, use the chair, stay safe. Weight shifts back, don't move the feet yet, and come back to center. Other side, weight shift left, stepping out empty right. Now shifting weight right, bring that weight forward. Beautiful. Weight shifts back and come back to center. Don't pick up that front foot too fast. When you're in the bow stance, this is what the Chinese call this a bow stance. When you're in the bow stance, you shift your weight back, leave the feet where they are, get all the weight on that back foot, and then bring the front foot back. All right? What happens is you'll start like shifting back, but still have weight on the front foot, so you'll pick it up, and you'll immediately feel out of balance, so you kind of make a desperation step to keep your weight down. You shift your weight back, everything feels comfortable, and then pull that front foot back. It's kind of like leaning on the counter or leaning on the chair, right? You want to keep your posture nice and straight. One more time. Weight shifts right, stepping out empty left foot, shifting weight left. Nice. Now, keep the feet where they are, shifting the weight back. Don't move the feet yet. And come back to center. Nice job. Other side, weight shifts left, stepping out empty right foot, and then shift weight right, bow stance. Weight shifts back and come back to center. Nice, nice. All right, we'll stop there. I don't want to overwork your legs. All right, let's have a seat. Let's do a couple more exercises. Whoop. Sorry. Excuse me. I didn't mean to throw you off. Sorry about that. All right. We don't have much time. Let's do rotational exercise first. So we're sitting up nice and straight and tall. We are going to turn to the left-hand side. Now, I'm not leaning to the left, but I'm turning to the left. And I'm feeling a stretch in my torso, probably right around where your kidneys are. And you kind of turn, don't hold your breath, breathe in, breathe out, and then we're going to come back to center and pause and then turn to the right. All right? We're not forcing anything. We're not holding our breath. All right? The Chinese push a muscle to where it's stretching, and then they breathe relaxation into that muscle. They don't keep pushing it. All right? That's a good way to tear a muscle or a ligament or a tendon. All right? So, interlocking the fingers together in front of you, bringing the hands up over the head. I'm going to turn to the left. Feel the stretch in the torso and hold that position and inhale and exhale. And then come back to center and pause. Turning to the right. Feel that stretch in the torso. Inhale and exhale and come back to center and pause. Once again, turning to the left. Not leaning to the left, you're rotating to the left, holding that position, inhaling, exhaling, coming back to center and pausing, and then turning to the right. Again, don't hold the breath. Inhale and exhale. And then we come back to center and pause and relax the hands down. Awesome. If you're able to interlock your fingers and bring them up over your head, even better, because you're going to feel a little bit more stretch in the torso. If you can't do it, that's all right. All right, next exercise, because you all are so excited. We're going to lean to the left. So I give you permission to lean now. So we're flexing the spine to the left. We're coming back to center, and then flexing the spine to the right. You're going to feel stretch on your side when you do this. Again, this helps with that rigidity you sometimes get with Parkinson's, okay? So, interlocking the fingers together in front of us, bringing the hands up over the head. I'm going to lean to the left. Feel the stretch in the torso and hold that. Don't hold your breath. Inhale and exhale, and then come back to center. We're going to lean to the right. Again, feeling the stretch in the torso. Inhale and exhale, and then back to center. Pausing at the center, leaning to the left. Feel that beautiful stretch in the torso, and coming back to center, and then leaning to the right. Nice, lovely stretch. And coming back to center, back to, and then floating the hands down. Awesome. My wife was watching a yoga tape, and the guy used the word delicious all the time. Every time you do a stretch, he would go, "Doesn't that stretch feel delicious?" It was like, what an annoying guy. And my wife jokingly said, "You should use that with your classes." I said, "They'd hang me, I think. I'd never get out of there alive." All right. Any questions on those movements? Okay. So let's do our cool down. Lightly punch inside of the arm and outside of the arm. Inside of the other arm. This helps build your bone marrow, strengthen your bone marrow. And then the outside of the arm. Then tailbone, or mic pack. Tailbone. And then the legs. You worked on your legs a lot. Make sure you hydrate today. The rain does not count as hydration. Tighten up all the muscles in the body and relax. Tighten up the muscles and relax. This squeezes the lactic acid out of your system. Tighten up the muscles and relax. And then gather chi. Big, deep belly breath in and long, slow breath out. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. There you go. All right, a couple quick announcements. Kim is in next with kickboxing. All right. When you exit, please exit out. We have got a lot of people here today. So please exit out of that door. And if you're coming back, exit out of that door and just come back in the other door. All right. That's one. Number two, I'm teaching Tai Chi tomorrow, also at 11 o'clock. I end the session because it's about 10 minutes longer. So I end it with meditation. If you've never tried meditation, it's something you should put on your list to try. It's very effective for people with Parkinson's. All right. I think that's everything. Keep your eye to the sky, right? A few more days of this nasty rain. All right. Right hand, fist, power, left hand, fingers together, representing friendship. Tucking in the thumb, representing humility. Friendship and humility over power. Good job. Nice job today. All right. Have a great day. Stay dry. Running between the